So hi, my name is Jake Pallistead, and this is my informative speech. I'm going to be talking to you today on how having police officers with a high level in education and a strong biblical belief and background can benefit communities across the nation. My general purpose is going to be to inform, and my specific purpose is going to be informing students and upcoming police officers that contributing to a part of authority is right in the eyes of God. This could be being a lawyer, police officer, a judge, being a part of the judicial and law enforcement field is, in the eyes of today's media, not always looked positively upon, but it is in the eyes of God. My thesis statement is that college students and upcoming police officers should know that having a strong sense of biblical scripture and knowledge gives police officers a better understanding of the world around them. Therefore, police officers will protect the innocent from evil and do God's work specific to their profession, which is their overall job. The first thing I want to touch upon is something that happened in 2014 that really changed how people looked at police officers, and that was Ferguson, Missouri, where a police officer shot a man named Michael Brown in the back while he was running away and shot him. He killed him, and someone filmed it, but it only showed that brief moment where the police officer shot and killed him. They didn't see what happened before or after the event, and this caused an uproar in the media, and it really changed how people view police officers. And moving on, my first point is that having a greater biblical background enhances a police officer's perception of the world around them. I'm not only talking like perception. I'm not only talking about the 5 senses here. I'm also talking about more so a spiritual sense, so a relationship with God, and moreover, in some situations, having a tough Christian mindset gives officers a better overall view of the world around them. One quote by William Terrell, he says that encounters involving officers with any college education and exceptional scriptural knowledge will result in significantly less verbal physical force. And this is pretty much saying that those, could you tap my laptop, please? Okay, and it's pretty much saying that high school, that officers can go to, right out of high school, they can go to the academy and become a police officer. And going to college and knowing more about God gives them a better experience and gives them better knowledge and doesn't make them jump to conclusions, and it allows them to think more and show more mercy when they are encountered with their daily problems in their days. My second point is that police officers have the job to protect the innocent from evil, and the job of a police officer should always be to protect people, and that should also be their mindset. God uses police officers where he cannot use civilians. Civilians cannot fight gangs, and they cannot fight drugs. A quote stated by John McTernan, he stated that as a police officer, you are not fighting against a criminal or a group of criminals, but against spiritual evil working through criminals. Another biblical text says that, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of the world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And that's Ephesians 6:12. Right. My third and final point is that police officers are able to do God's work specific to that profession. Like any other profession, a police officer is trained to do that specific job, and they're there to hold the peace. One quote said by Neil Kolkmuller says that a police officer's first order of business is to serve and protect those around them, and that is their job. Without police officers, there would be little to no authority, which would lead to a poor government, and the United States would not be as it is today. My conclusion is that police officers that have scriptural knowledge and a biblical understanding can be more effectively, especially when it comes to being compassionate and understanding can be more effective. Authority will not always be positively looked upon, especially since Ferguson and like you'll always have those police officers that are not out to help or that don't have the right mindset and do not have what it takes to be a police officer. But like other people with employment, police officers do God's work specific to that profession, and without them, the world would not be as orderly or well off as it is today.